Anna here, and I am, as you can hear, it's quite rowdy in here tonight. I'm going to have to show you my audience. They're very drunk. They're terrible. They're awful, awful, awful people. Look at them. Look at them all. Look. Bagpuss snuck in a hip flask. There's an empty bottle of rosé wine with Molly over there. The only sober one is Paddington. He's a regular. He always pays attention. He's a good boy. The rest of them, look at this bunch of reprobates. They're all awful. I'm expecting heckling from this crowd and very little applause because none of them are capable of it. But yes, here we are on my sofa. Can we cut the music? Come on, will you shut up? Quiet in the cheap seats. Come on, give us some silence for poetry. It's World Poetry Day. That's what you're all here for. You're all here to listen to this poetry. Okay, come on. Have you not cut this music? Come on. Right, hold on. Shut up. Right, okay, right, you've quietened down. Right, let's get this music cut off. You can't get the tech staff these days. It's dreadful. So, hello. Yes, I'm Anna Percy. I'm on a cranberry and vodka. And I'm currently vaping Arctic cherry flavour from the comfort of my sofa. So I'm going to do about 10 minutes poetry for you. I can also show you that apart from my fabulous hat, which is very impractical for everyday wear, the joy of being in my own personal bar here is that I can wear these ridiculous shoes for you, which I can't walk in. So just picture the rest of the shoes. Imagine that I'm now 7 feet tall, and I'm going to read some poetry for you. So, have we got any fans of Smog or Bill Callahan? I'm going to do one of my journal poems, and it's largely about how much I love Bill Callahan and being outside, which unfortunately none of us can do right now. Friday the 29th of March 2019. I am sat in All Saints Park. The sun is shining fully in a way that makes my sunglasses not stand out. I am listening to an early Smog EP. It jangles. I feel it all over my skin. Sensitivity gifts you these moments of extreme pleasure in the everyday. Where is the beauty I had once? Bill sings in my ear. The sky is one glazed colour. Young women are all clad in jeans and a culotte style I too got lured into, wondering if I am becoming ridiculous in dress at nearly 33. Who will love me when I dress like an embarrassing art teacher? Oh, the scarves, so many floaty things I never draped around my neck in my 20s, bar that thin Jagger 70s zebra print one, the useless slippery numbers of the early 2000s. On the grass, a young woman is bare-shouldered. I vest-top my way through springs and summers once, have the sun damage and skin cancer scare to prove it. Now I maintain my pale and interesting look year-round, get mistaken for a vegetarian. I have a new pamphlet to edit, a thesis chapter to write. On a day like this, all I want to do is get stoned in the park and hug someone. So sadly, that poem now has added weight of sadness, since I can't hug anyone. But I'm imagining hugging you. Maybe Bagpuss will give me a hug later if he sobers up. There we go. See, you can hear there's been no applause from this audience. For anyone who's just joined in later, I'm just going to explain my audience over here. This is it. They're all drunk. They're all reprobates. All of them are awful, apart from Paddington. He's the one sensible one among them. So, here we go. I'm going to do some more poems. This is a book by Flapjack Press. I will be encouraging people to support small presses if you're able to at this time. I won't be getting the money if you buy from there directly, but I need them to survive because I have another book coming out with them in the autumn. So please, please support small presses. This is Lustful Feminist Killjoys from Flapjack Press. And I'm just going to have another drink before I get going. So, this next poem, I've been doing a lot of cooking and baking because we've all been inside. So this is about cake and plums and lust. So this is to the beautiful man who gave me free plums. Thank you for knowing sell-by dates are a nonsense. I took 2 of them to bed tonight. Some folly had persuaded me I did not like them, till someone handed me a plum cake. the fruit jewelling the top. These were my first fresh plums. As my teeth broke in, I thought, how fragrant the skin was. How small the stone is for such flesh. Let juice run my chin. Considered I have many more firsts to find in this life of mine. Considered the idea of my next lover. So we will leave that now, and we'll move on to some other poems. So this is a poem for Margot Tenenbaum, who is a character in the film The Royal Tenenbaums. This was a poem written for a wonderful cabaret night called Flim Night, where they retell a film. It's not showing a film, it's doing a flim. And you can retell the story of the film any way you like. So for that event, I decided to write a poem for Margot Tenenbaum. Oh Margot, before you, I didn't know blondes could brood. You came along at the right time for me. I watched you wearing your fur like an angry bear, daring anyone to come close. Any time you're repeated on TV, taking clandestine windowsill spliff breaks, my notebooks full of secretive scrawl that was my anchor. The bath in Hill House was deep as a small fishing vessel. Metal that kept warm for hours. I kept the radio tuned to John Peel. Our house too was large, each room the soundproof domain of its inhabitant. Watching your family nurse their petty resentments made mine less weird. You encouraged me to wear more eyeliner and keep painting my toenails black. Teenagers have more faith in doomed love than anyone else. I loved you for being openly desirous, for snogging on buses, for your beautiful books, though we only saw the covers. The titles were delicious. Erotic transference, nakedness tonight, static electricity. I knew your writing was confessional, naked and startling. Scribbling and puffing away on my secret smoking spot, I wanted to write and live electrically, just like that, and never stop. So yeah, that was one more. I am doing okay for time, I believe, because I was going to end on a couple of other ones. I think I'll do 3 more and then probably finish, if that is all right. We'll soon find out if I'm running over time. Someone will tell me. So, do we all know what a selkie is? Well, the audience is drunk. They're not going to give me anything. Paddington's mouth is too small to tell me anything from this distance. He's such a small little creature. So, I mean, I know that he's probably nodding. It's quite hard to see from over here. But a selkie, if you don't know, is a mythical creature specific to the UK and Ireland. And it's, well, the UK, but yes, the British Isles and Ireland, whatever. Geography is not my strong point, as you might have guessed, and I have had some vodka. A selkie is basically similar to a mermaid, except for the fact that it is a creature that is a seal who then unzips their skin and then becomes a person. Usually in the fairy tales, a woman, and often their skin is stolen by an evil man, and they are forced to be a housewife, which obviously is ripe for retelling in a feminist style. So this is called Selkie Rages. Selkie Rages. I have an affinity with the mermaids and the selkies. My blue hair was a warning. I live with more than one self. I am as unknowable as the sea. The only way I can be possessed is if you steal my skin, lock it away in a chest rusted shut by briny air. If you do this, I will resent you, bite you in a nipping way you don't like. Remind you the other jaw was proficient in rending the flesh of a fish from its bones. My teeth could gnash right through you. I will no longer sing of the places beneath the waves only a seal's round eyes have seen. You will find a note someday next to a receipt for a rowboat. I will return to the depths even if you block my path. Thank you. So, I thought we'd just end on some filth, because everyone enjoys that, don't we? Yes, everyone enjoys that. Good, great. So, this poem was first debuted at my Poetry Wives event, Genevieve Walsh, at her event Spoken Weird in Halifax. And apparently this poem was so shocking that it caused a couple to walk out, flicking the V's at me and telling me to wash my mouth out. So this poem is called There's No Wanky in Halifax or Wash Your Mouth Out. And basically, content warning for wanking, really. I was quite shocked that wanking was the thing that was the most shocking to these people, because generally, as long as you're doing it in the confines of your own home, has nothing but health benefits, and we all know that that's something we're going to need in the coming months. So this is There's No Wanky in Halifax or Wash Your Mouth Out. I have been fucking phantoms of my past in dreams, not often brought to thoughts in my upright waking life. A set of eyebrows, particular sweat, invokes their body. My eyes close, their flesh rises to meet mine. Zipless fucking arguments forgotten, all star-spangled orgasms, no lack of tumescence, condom bungles, elbows in the eye. My neck jerks on battery and book-strewn bed, as a lipstick-smeared voice rolls out of speakers. One after the other, one after the other, like my rapid, bodiless coming. I need to be fucked by reality, steam of breath in my ear, a trusted hand on my throat, the man who wants to create tides between my thighs. So there we go, that's more of that, and this is going to be some more, shall we say, musically inspired filth to end on. So this is a poem that was inspired by and written after the death of Prince, who, as many people know, was one of my main men, music-wise. And this is called Sometimes It Snows in April, for Prince, or alternatively titled Jack You Off. When I heard the news, my first impulse was to find my new gold vibrator, a pocket lion who's always ready to roar, and have a multiple orgasm as I have done before, alone and seeing stars because of you. I have danced myself wet to your licks, pumped out of speakers, thrumming in my cunt. I have taken boys to bed because they looked a little like you. One who licked the soles of my feet, another who kissed them, played mediocre guitar, thought I'd drown him in my pleasure. None of them could dance as well as you. You were the first man to moan in my ear, excited by a woman's brimming over, before I knew a woman could make an ocean, dripping all over the floor. Your women were always wet and sated. You could always purr, "Let me show you, baby, I'm a talented boy." So, that's all from me. I have already done another poetry video, not to waste this makeup, because it's probably the only time I'm going to get dressed up in this way is for poetry videos. Yes, so there is some stuff on YouTube on the Stirred Women channel, or you can Google my name, and I'll try and share some videos to the group in the next weeks or so. So it's goodbye from me, and also my very, very rowdy audience. They haven't stirred at all. None of them have given me any applause apart from poor little Paddington. They're horrible people. Right, so it's bye-bye from me.